We love getting your questions, so we want you to keep them coming via Facebook, Twitter, and on our webpage. Who knows, we might just answer your question here in the studio audience next. Today on an all-new Daily Helpline, I want you guys to give it up for the incomparable Faith Evans.
We have to celebrate the life that he did live.
The beer goggles are gone. I'm curious as to what it is that's making you stay.
Do they have a great relationship? Is he happy?
He is happy. I think he would be happier with me.
But if he's not really all that, then honey, there's no
His
reason you
measurement,
should be
right.
feeling less than anything, you know?
Hello and welcome to the Daily Helpline. I'm Miles Edcox.
And I'm Spirit. And Miles, we have got an interesting show today, do we not?
We always do.
But before we do that, I want to introduce our celebrity guest host today. She is a multi-platinum Grammy Award winner, and she just released her new single, I Deserve It. I want you guys to give it up for the incomparable Faith Evans. Good to see you. Right there. Amazing. We are so excited that you are back.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. That's single.
I put out,
Yes.
I mean, you know, I'm always doing something. I
Yes.
just don't put out albums every year or, you know. But I'm an executive producer and creator of the R&B Divas franchise. I just put out a Grammy-nominated album, R&B Divas. And my new album, Incomparable, I'm just finishing up that, so that'll be out in October. My new single with Missy Elliott and Sheree J just dropped recently called I Deserve It.
Come on.
Working on a few other TV shows. You know,
Yeah.
I got 4 kids.
Right, because
So, you
now,
know.
now your oldest son, you and Biggie's son, just
Yes, he
about
just
to
graduated from high
yes,
school.
go
Wow.
in.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Faith, we're really excited that you're here. I think you'll be able to relate to our first guest and help them share their story.
Yeah.
Take a look.
I feel like I have a lot of grief that I haven't properly handled. When I met Brandon, I was 19 and he was 21. My relationship with Brandon was really great. He loved me unconditionally. His life was taken. The day that Brandon was killed, I had got a phone call from my good friend. I instantly, like in my heart, like I knew something really bad happened. She had told me that Brandon had got, you know, shot and in his head, and I like instantly like lost it. He helped balance me a lot. He broke down that tough wall. Sometimes I just pretend that I haven't seen him in a really long time. And so I think that by me not fully grieving him is blocking my heart from loving someone else. I'm here in the area where Brandon was shot, and I've avoided coming here for 5 years. It'll probably always be some sadness here. It's actually the hardest thing I've ever dealt with in my life. When someone's killed at the hands of someone else, it's always harder to accept that, and it's always harder to find that closure, especially when it remains unsolved.
I want you to know while you're here with us, you're safe. And so I want you to just be real and let us into your heart and let us know you so we can try to help you.
Yeah, okay. I just want to know how to move past that. I think that now I'm at the point in my life where I want to learn and be able to have him in my heart, but still be able to open up to other people and let people in and not be so scared of losing them, and just basically had to move past the grief because it has taken a big toll on my life. I have moments that people don't know about, and I really want to get past it.
What kind of moments?
Really sad moments. I'm not very, I don't like people to see my emotions. So this for me hasn't been addressed because I don't want people to see me cry, and I don't want anyone to feel sorry for me. That's the last thing I want. So, you know, I'm kind of at a point where I don't know what to do for myself, you know, and it's okay to say that you need help.
That's all right. Because, you know, I lost my husband a little over 16 years ago. And being the nurturer and the mom, I've always been a mom, even before he and I were together, but, I had 2 children when he passed. And, still had a career and things. There was so much to deal with along with dealing with being a widow at such a young age. But I kind of had a very similar thing. Like, I don't think it was too often that people actually saw me grieve, or even the people that were, in my immediate circle, other than probably at his funeral. But I find myself now, like 17 years later, actually, even if it is by myself, but I think now I actually do cry. I mean, and I've been married again, divorced, and, in a couple of relationships since then, but the feeling in your heart is never going to change. That's what you can, and that's a great thing. You know what I mean?
Maybe you can help her with this, because one of the questions that she asked, or her main question was, how does she move past it? How does she open up her heart to be able to love again? How were you able to find your way to that place?
And mine was a lot different because me and Big were separated when he passed, but we were still married, and we still, there may have been a possibility in another year or so we may have gotten back together. I don't know, but I was actually trying to, just at the beginning of dating someone else. And it was really, really weird, but he knew that that's what I had to deal with at the time. And he, when things happen really fast in a short period of time. So it was very different. I do know that getting past this is gonna make you so much stronger with anything that you have to deal with in life. That I do know. Whether it's the loss of a person, or any type of issue. When you've gone through something and you come out okay, there's a process to the progress.
Right. And so Monay, you said you don't like for people to see you cry. You tend to keep your emotions inside. Yeah. But I see you're crying now.
Yeah.
So tell us what it is that you're feeling right now.
I really miss him, and I feel like I never really got a chance to thank him for everything that he was to me. So I think I hold on to that too, a little bit of guilt. So I guess when I talk about him, everything that I feel just comes out, It's just, I don't like people to see me, because like I said, I don't want anyone to ever feel sorry for me, But
Monay, if you could thank him, if you could get that message to him right now, the message you never got to speak, what would it be?
I don't know exactly what I would say if he was sitting in front of me. I think I would more so just probably tell him how much I loved him and how much I do thank him, because he did help make me the kind of person and the kind of woman I am today. And he may not have even known that. I didn't even know that at the time, And so I would just probably really want to thank him and tell him I love him. And, those are the biggest things that I really feel like, you want your last time to see someone. Those are the biggest things I think I would want to say.
I think that's important. One of the things that we do in grief, there's 5 stages of it, and the first one is denial. And in order to break through denial, I think we have to say the unsaid, even if you don't think somebody else can hear it. He may be able to hear it anyway, but the truth is we're saying it for you as much as we're saying it for him.
Okay.
And the thing that I worry about is that if you are putting the grief process on hold, the only person that's going to suffer is you. Because life, it feels like it's just stopped. I don't feel like you've moved on at all. It feels like you're still hanging on.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I think, and something just to kind of add to that, when we did the record, I'll Be Missing You, which was to honor Big, the first time we tried to record it, it was this slow, sad song, and it was so just sad. We couldn't even finish it. And when we went back in, I'm like, I don't think, we're going to be able to move past the grief. We have to look at it like we have to celebrate the life that he did live. And I think if you look at it from that perspective, it's never going to get easy. It's never going to, it's never going to be like, okay, it doesn't mean anything to me that he's gone, but it's going to definitely get easier.
Right.
The icy wall will melt slowly, but he's going to always be in your heart, And if you look at it like celebrating the things that he did mean to you, the things that he brought out of you. When you talk about him, the way you light up, you know what I mean? That is like a reflection of obviously who he was and what he means to you. So I think that's a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
Part of what we want to talk to you about is to help you move through this. But the reason we want you to move through this is I have an idea that it's impacting your life now.
Yes.
And so that's what we want to hear more about that. We want to know about Where are you struggling now?
Yeah, just hold that thought. And when we come back, we'll have more with Monay and Faith. Stick around. Coming up.
Coming up on 5 years and his murder still hasn't been solved, I feel like I am angry from it.
That's the most open thing you've said all day. We love getting your questions, so we want you to keep them coming via Facebook, Twitter, and on our webpage. Who knows, we might just answer your question here in the studio audience next.